Hey everybody, we're back with another one. Today we're going to be looking at who will win in terms of physical strength, or just in a fight. We're going to be looking at the Symbiote mod, and we're going to be looking at the Iron Man mod. I will have both of these mods linked in the description below. Do you know what I will also have linked in the description below? Is there's something back there, and it's a word from our sponsor. It is, sorry Tony, I didn't mean to do that to you. It's me again. Feel free to if you can, if you're comfortable with it, please feel free to please feel free to support me on Cash App. This is my Cash App. It will also be linked in the description below. And now we will be back to the video. Let's rewind. So we're going to be looking at who wins in a fight. Venom or a symbiote or Tony Stark. Delete that. And we're going to be starting with, I know it's a little out of order, but I thought it would look cool watching it fly in. We're going to be starting with Mark 42. Who really wins this fight? Okay, that's why is he? Oh, it's because the armor. Um, First we're gonna be looking at like their abilities. Venom is just kind of a guy, right? So if we're looking at like who wins the fight in terms of like personness, these two are both just kind of normal people, but this guy's supposed to be Tony Stark. So in terms of like peopleness, this guy Tony probably wins, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about their abilities. So let's say Iron Man catches this guy off guard, right? Let's say he comes in with a giant repulsor ray. He's been given a tip that this is a symbiote that shouldn't be, where it is, and boom, just completely fucking kills him, completely removes him from existence. However, this symbiote is quite strong. The symbiote he has to be completely destroyed in order to lose his, life. Because there are some cases in which the symbiote stays alive. The symbiote can regenerate his body nearly completely as long as his chest stays alive. As long as his chest still exists, then the symbiote is nearly unkillable while being attacked or surprise attacked. So he could hit him with a repulsor ray, he could hit him with lots of different things. But that is another one of his weaknesses. A symbiote cannot be set on fire. If it is set on fire, the symbiote will leave because that is one of a symbiote's weaknesses. So in terms of using this, Iron Man could spam repulsor rays. He could hit him, but it doesn't do that much when he's actually in the symbiote form. And we're going to be assuming that they are both in their like peak state. And Iron Man in this state here, he's not really doing all that much, if I'm being perfectly honest. The symbiote is warding off the fire by itself pretty good. And there's lots of abilities that are present here. Iron Man can also fly, so if need be, he could kind of stay out of reach and just kind of spam. But again, as we've seen, that wouldn't really do anything and just kind of lead to a stalemate. And honestly, if Iron Man were to use a huge blast like this, he could potentially hurt himself. As shown here and as heard there, his arm is now broken. So in this case, it is at best a stalemate for Iron Man in this suit. He can't do much here. He could run away if you want to count that as a victory. I mean, you could, but I mean, getting away with your life, I mean, is a win in my book. But in terms of winning a fight, I don't think that that's really a win. So here, Iron Man kind of just loses. There's not anything he can really do. However, Venom has lots of different abilities. Venom can do a lot of different shit. There are several different abilities that he has. He has a weapon. So he has this giant axe thing here that can actually cut through metal, believe it or not, but we won't be doing that yet. He has the tendril. Oh, there we go. So he can take the tendril and he can activate it, he can pull it in, and he can pull them in. And then he grabs them. And Venom is known for eating people, right? So he can kind of grab him, he can slam him, he can do all sorts of shit with him. Now, the fight doesn't look so good for our friend Iron Man. Remember, this is all off the cuff. I'm just doing shit here, and I'm doing my best to keep the fight fair. There are lots of things that Iron Man could do. These suits are very similar to each other, and there's not much of a difference that they can make here. However, these two are also basically the same, but they offer a lot more power than this one does, or this one, or this one. There is something that he can do here. Iron Man does have a stronger version of the suit. He has the Mark 85, and he has the superior Iron Man armor. In this case, I believe his repulsor ray is even more powerful than it already is. And he also has the option, not only are these stronger, but he has the option to make it even, he can, again, he can still fly, but he also has the option to make it even stronger. He has the repulsor cannon. This is a giant cannon that rivals even the repulsor ray. Look at this. Very similar in strength to the repulsor ray here. Look at this. Now look at this. Same thing, right? Not as strong as this. But even here, unfortunately, Iron Man does fall short, and he does fall victim to the same thing that he did before. Even with the repulsor cannons, Iron Man seems to fall short. Put it in slow motion so we can see after all this firepower, Venom tanks it like a champ. Even after taking a decent amount of damage, he tanks it like a champ and doesn't really take anything, where Iron Man is actually taking some damage here by shooting himself, because this game is a little weird in the way it works. So if he's looking at himself, he kind of shoots himself. It's a little weird. Um, so yeah, again, he could fly away. That doesn't really count as a win. And Venom has, again, he has abilities that I haven't even used. When I said he could slam him, he could not only slam him, he could catch him out of the air, he could grab him, and he could actually eat him. He can hold him up to his mouth. He can put him near his mouth and just hold him here, and Iron Man would begin to be getting eaten. We'll take Iron Man out of this trap here. I don't know why this is happening, but we'll revive him because that's not fair. That was just the game being weird. He comes in, he gets grabbed, and he just holds him down. He pins him here, and eventually his head should explode. Unless the arm protects him from that, then as I don't know, I haven't done this yet. Unless the arm protects him, in which case no, Venom can't eat him and has to resort to the slamming and the punching and all this stuff. But that he doesn't even need that. That isn't even necessary. All Venom needs to do, he has something called the tentacle. That he has tentacles in his back essentially, and if he activates them, these pierce through even the strongest metal. Let's watch this in slow motion so you guys can see. They're very quick. And they don't seem to be piercing through him. I think I might have been wrong. I remember them piercing through the armor mod, so I assumed they would pierce through him, but no, Iron Man seems to be actually pretty strong here. If I revive him, is he good? Like, can he just fly and like not get hurt by these things? Wow, he can. So the okay, no, never mind. I thought that Venom's like win condition would kind of nullify most of Iron Man's things, but they don't at all, actually. He's just kind of getting hit and nothing's actually happening. Can blast them away. I mean, he can spam, but with this, even with this amount of spam, he's not doing anything. So at best, it is still a draw. If Iron Man kind of flies way high and above and avoids Venom's abilities and all that, it still seems to me like he got knocked out from the thing actually. So it looks like Venom has a decent chance, but remember, Venom has limited range. Iron Man has essentially unlimited range. He can continue to do this for as long as he'd like, from as far away as he'd like. So from now, from this point of view, he could just kind of move away and just kind of shoot him. But even then, that is kind of ass because he doesn't do anything. He does have one thing though. He has these nano blades. So if we're gonna assume that Venom isn't doing this here, if he gets close to Venom, then he can stab him with. Oh wait, I don't know what these will do to him. I don't know if they'll do anything to him, but they can. He can't stab. Never mind. Never mind. Venom can't be stabbed even by Iron Man's nano blades. It actually hurts Iron Man to stab him. This is funny. It's looking more and more like Venom's game here by the minute, as if Iron Man did get close. If Iron Man got a little too close here, he would be uh he would be nabbed up by Venom's tendrils. Like, how far can he grab him from? Because that seems like a decent amount of range, like a decent chunk. Whoa, that's nuts. So let's put him down for a second, move his arm up, and just. That's nuts. And he just killed him from that. Okay. Okay, so even with with his seemingly most powerful suit, it looks like Venom takes it here. But there are some things that I really, really do truly want to try. Remember when I said that fire was Venom's weakness and that potentially, if caught off guard, he could get set on fire and potentially lose? But there's something I want to try. What seems to be Iron Man's worst suit might actually be his saving grace. Iron Man's Mark 1, while slow, clunky, and he can't really fly, I don't think he needs to. Oh, he can't fly in this one. He doesn't, even if he couldn't, he doesn't need to. He doesn't have and he doesn't no repulsor ray. However, if you remember in the movies, he made this in a cave with scraps, and his initial attacks were not repulsor rays; they were flamethrowers. Now this is taking a while. This is taking a very long time. That took a decent chunk of time and took a lot longer than I would have liked it to. I would have liked to immediately kind of give it to Iron Man here, but again, honestly, even if Iron Man begins attacking, let's say he attacks him, tendrils, wrong hand. Oh, can he not use his abilities when he's on fire? Wait, no, this changes everything. Okay, I don't. Okay, wait, no, this might be it. Even if he's not completely gone, Venom does can't seem to use his abilities unless I accidentally deactivated them for some reason. I think I did. Hold on. Let's make sure. That was not what I meant to do. Let's activate his tendrils real quick. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Ah, yep. Just as I thought, I just accidentally deactivated them, and he can indeed use his abilities even while on fire. So even while on fire, he could grab him, he could slam him. Even if he were using his thing here, Tony is dead. Tony is dead, dead. There is nothing he could do here. He completely loses this interaction, and all this guy needs to do is stop, drop, and roll, essentially, to, if this was like an actual fight, obviously. Can't seem to let go, though. He can't seem to let go. And it takes a while for him to, like, burn to death. So if he could stop, drop, and roll in time, and he could get his burns, if he could, like, fix any of that, all he needs to do is stop, drop, and roll, and he comes out on top. Venom seems to be completely winning this, but I want to try some other things for Tony that might save his bacon. There is the Iron Patriot, but that has guns on it, and well, just take a quick look at what it does. He actually deflects bullets, and it looks like if uh Tony were wearing the Iron Patriot, it seems like he might actually just end up ricocheting and shooting bullets off. Hello? Why? Hello? Oh, okay. It it looks like he might actually end up just ricocheting bullets off of himself eventually. He can fly, he can shoot, but again, this kind of does nothing. And again, eventually bullets might end up ricocheting off of him, off of himself. He's basically invulnerable to this caliber of bullet, so he's fine. But the same thing applies. He could just do that, and Tony wins. Oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, and not in Tony wins and Venom wins. Um, this is the exact same thing as like in terms of like code, it literally isn't, but it is literally the same thing. It is treated the same way, so we won't even entertain that idea. This is also just kind of weak, so it won't do much for him. Just kind of sucks. Again, if he really wants to, he can just tendril him over. He took the suitcase too. He can come in, he can grab him, slam him, do whatever. I think he's dead. No, he's not dead. He's knocked out. He got knocked out. And yeah, no, there's the only thing that I think could be Tony's saving grace here, truly, is this, the Hulk Buster. Now, it's not for the reason you think. The reason I think that the Hulk Buster is Tony's, actually no, it might be for the reason you think, because that looked powerful as shit. Hold on, what? Oh, I know it doesn't burn. It's not a burning attack. Never mind. It is nothing. And he actually no, Venom isn't really strong enough to pull him that much. He has to kind of like push himself. He can still grab him, and can he break? Oh, he can. This okay, yeah, no, this looks like Venom's game. However, Tony's still alive and well in here. He's still alive. He could still potentially win this fight. And I think he could by doing something very interesting. And it's that sound is one of Venom's weaknesses, and large metal clanging together seems to be one of Venom's weaknesses. Now, if he managed to get close enough to put paws on him, or to start like beating his shit up, toggle fists, this could do some serious damage to him. Potentially. We don't know because hmm, this is odd. I've never. Okay, so that was good. We've just seen that one punch can knock him out of the Venom state. So potentially, if Venom doesn't immediately break him, there's a chance that Tony could. But if the Venom really did want to, he could just kind of keep this weapon out the whole time and just slice him when he's least expecting it. But we did see there that if you listen to the metal clanging, metal. Sorry, Venom. I accidentally hit him with the super punch attack. This is my first time ever doing this kind of video, or this kind of like consensus, like who will win kind of video. But right now, it really does look like Venom is objectively the winner. I mean, he could hit him like that, but I mean, at that point, he's getting close and he's already dinner for Venom. Know what I'm saying? Then again, he can fly, but this doesn't do anything to him. Let's see. We'll try and make an argument. Now okay. So the winner here. Let's see. We'll play it out as if it were a scenario. This is clearly Iron Man's best chance, so we'll immediately start him off here. Start this guy off here. Iron Man knows this guy's a symbiote. Iron Man flies in. Actually, no, let's say he flies in from farther away. Let's say Venom doesn't see him. Can he kill him from here reasonably in time for him to not activate his symbiote or for a symbiote to not react to this? No, it seems not. The symbiote will probably end up activating before he is dead because the symbiote's main job is just to, keep its protector safe. This was me activating it because it doesn't do this normally, but we're trying to do this at their best, but we're just creating a scenario here. Iron Man, realizing that it doesn't do shit, he flies down, trying to kill him again with the beam just to be sure because he's kind of flabbergasted that this creature isn't dying to one of his most highly concentrated beams. Venom wants to not get hit. Obviously, he doesn't want to get hit because it's still hurt. It still like hurts. He's not. So he's gonna try and come down. Venom is quite fast. Comes in. Tony probably just tries to come back up. He stops doing this, not understanding that Venom could rock his shit. He probably immediately activates his fist. I didn't do that. 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 He probably comes in and he probably just wants to rock his shit in. So he comes in and he goes, Venom, immediately reacting, does his best to, well, protect himself. And as he's coming in, Tony probably tries to avoid it. He probably hits him, but boom. Seems a little unfair considering how much of a fight Tony could realistically put up. How much of a fight Tony could realistically put up against Venom in terms of like actual Marvel shit. But honestly, in terms of people playground mods, it looks like Venom is infinitely stronger than any of the Tony Stark suits that you could ask for. His durability is off the charts. He can regenerate. He has he has long range moves. I mean, I would count this as long range. And he can basically one shot like 90% of other creatures in the game with this stupid weapon. His only real weakness would be if he didn't. You would have to assume that Venom doesn't protect himself here and that he doesn't just try and win. But if he didn't, he could potentially get one tapped. So let's see if that happens. We can remove this guy here. We can look at a scenario in which Tony actually does one tap Venom. So we'll see this. Put Tony in here. We'll even give him a suit. So let's see. Let's say we give Tony benefit of the doubt. And he just fucking boom. Put in slow motion, see if he even leaves the Venom form. And he doesn't. He does not. He almost does because of that second hit. But even when he literally, because this guy just died. I don't know if you noticed, but he literally just died. You can go back and watch it if you want. He when the venom had left him, you could see that he had died. That's all I'm going to say. So literally he died, but the symbiote keeps him alive. So it's honestly, in terms of the way this code was written, this kind of seems like an unfair battle. But it's just nice to pit these kinds of creatures against each other and people playground. Let's see if he can even one tap him. We'll give him a big ass boom. Okay, that had to do something. Wow. Absolutely nothing. And he hit him again when he came back, and I didn't do shit. So he could be putting paws on him. He could be putting boom. He could be boom, boom, boom. And this ain't doing shit. Wait, I think he's bugged here right now. Okay, yeah, but if you look at this person, obviously this person's battered and bruised, but because of the symbiote, he has, you know, he also has mild regeneration abilities when in his human form. So the symbiote kind of helps keep him alive, but you could just activate it. It's much more mild than the actual symbiote. But he could be putting paws on. He could be boom. He could be dum. He could be dum, 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 dum. You just putting the bricks on him, and Venom doesn't even leave his form. It looks like it. I mean, and the symbiote guy doesn't even leave his form. He just kind of seems to be mildly annoyed because you can see that the venom that he's like that the symbiote is struggling because of the noise, but he's not actually like dying or anything. He's just this is essentially just like a warning because he's oh there was one. He's still alive though. Oh my God, he is. He wow. Okay, so Tony managed to take a leg from the symbiote, which is cool. However, unfortunately, symbiote can immediately regenerate that leg at will. So it looks like this fight goes to the symbiote. Well done. So we're gonna say that the symbiote, honestly, the symbiote doesn't no diff him because there is like super unlikely, but there's potential for him to be beat. But you have to give Iron Man the benefit of the doubt at every single turn you could honestly possibly give him. And then honestly, Iron Man is still alive here, but since we've already established this, we're just gonna symbiote wins. Good job, symbiote. That will be all for this video. If you wanted me to do more verses, you could give me more mods and more creatures that are really powerful to look at, pit them against each other, and I can look at any potential scenario in which they could fight and they could kill each other. But for right now, the winner is the symbiote! Yay! Yay! We're gonna give him a nice little feast. We're gonna give him a nice little guy to eat. He'll be very grateful. That's the wrong arm. Well, I didn't want him to eat his feet, but that's what's happening now. That's okay. No, this is not going exactly how I want. He's licking his toes. Not quite how I wanted or imagined this to go, but this is what's happening now. Mmm, yummy. So, so yummy. We are Venom. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Give me some suggestions in the comments. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, even though I give some pretty solid evidence. I mean, there are, potential things that could happen. If you want me to do like another character versus Venom, or another character versus Iron Man and his suits, let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace. And yeah, enjoy yourselves. Did he die? Wait, wait. Is he dead? He's still alive. He's still alive. Oh my God. Genuine insanity. Not even the nuclear bomb killed him. I'm so used to it just deleting creatures, but I guess he is. Oh, wait. Maybe the nuke no diffs because he's on fire. Truly an unfortunate state to be in as a symbiote, but with a little bit of water, you should be fine. Surviving the initial blast is insane. Now that we know how potentially strong he really is, that he's strong enough to survive the initial blast of a nuke and then like stand up afterwards at all, this is going to be a crazy series. Anyway, enjoy your guys' night, day, afternoon, whatever. Peace.